It is your instant match reaction, and it is Leeds United 3, Liverpool 3. And when I say instant, I literally mean just 2 minutes after the whistle was blown for the end of the game. And let me be honest, I could have come here and just started blasting the players and blasting the manager for this result because we deserve the win. But I think it is important that I highlight the fact that we were the better side for majority of the game. For 70% of the game, we were the better side. And in my view, Leeds United didn't deserve the draw. They didn't, honestly. The reason why they got the draw, though, is the fact that we gave it to them. We gave Leeds United the draw. We allowed them back into the game, and we threw away 2 points. It is 2 points lost. When you analyze the whole game in its entirety, what happened in this game? It was Liverpool cruising in the first half, basically. No threat from Leeds United. There was totally no threat. It was a comfortable first half. We didn't create enough, I accept that, but it was a very controlled, confident, assured performance. Defensively, out of possession, players were switched on. They were ready to defend. They were aware of their environment. They were covering the spaces. We didn't give them anything, really, in that first half, even though we ourselves didn't really create much. I accept that. But before this game, what I said was that if we keep a clean sheet, we win this game. That is what I said. All we needed to do today was to keep the clean sheet. That was it. We're always going to nick a goal. See how the first goal came. It came from a faulty pass from a Leeds United defender. Ekitike took advantage of it and slotted it home. It was a stupendous goal from Ekitike. Great finish. 1v1 finish. Striker's goal. And then few minutes after, think about 2 minutes or so after the first goal. And let me be honest, I'm going to come to the faults of Ibrahim Konate, but today I saw something that he was doing very consistently and very well. Punching the ball into Ekitike's feet. In the first half, he did it several times, and it always got us out of our back line. It always helped us to progress the ball. And Ekitike was holding it well. He wasn't able to turn for most of the time, but he was able to hold it, win a foul, or lay it off to someone. And after we got the first goal, it was a similar pass from Konate that got him running through on goal. We didn't see that tackle from the Leeds United defender on Ekitike on that ball back. We didn't see it back. But it actually was the beginning of the sequence that led to our second goal. So Konate punches the ball through, Ekitike runs through with the defender trying to stop him, and he goes down when he was about to shoot. But the ball didn't go out. We get the ball back, and Conor Bradley crosses the ball back into the box, and Ekitike is there to pounce. He pounces on that ball. The keeper tries to come out and parry it, but it hits Ekitike back into the goal. So it was 2-0. I think that was right about 60, 57 minutes, thereabout. And we're cruising in that game. Now, we didn't concede the goal until we made those two changes. We made two changes. We brought in McAllister and Gomez. We replaced Cody Gakpo and Vet. I understand the changes, guys. I understand the changes. The reason why I understand the changes is that Florian Wirtz is coming back from an injury. So we need to manage him. So that is my thinking. Because we're leading 2-0, there was no need to risk him. And the fact that we were leading by 2-0, we thought the players coming on were good enough to help us keep the clean sheet and go on to win the game. Fine. It was very understandable. It was a sensible substitution. You can argue after the fact and with hindsight that it was a bad change. It spoiled or destroyed our balance in the team. Fair enough. But I wouldn't go that way, because at the moment when the changes were made, I thought it was a good change, but it kind of distorted our balance a bit. That is something that we need to make clear. But the main reason why we did not win today's game is not because of those changes. It is simply because of a mad decision from Ibrahim Konate, and he's been consistently making such bad decisions. Even last season, we'll be in a game where nothing is really happening in the game, and Konate single-handedly decides to hand the opponent an opportunity to come back into the game. He did it last season against Wolves. This season, it's been countless times. I don't like singling out players after games, because it is a team sport that we are playing. But in situations like this, when an individual player, under no pressure, decides to make a reckless decision that costs the whole team, let his whole teammates down, then it's something that we need to mention, because it is not good enough. Because if Konate doesn't give away that penalty, and by the way, it wasn't a penalty. In my books, that is never a penalty in a million years. The fact that he was called to review the video is an absolute shambles. For I don't know who was on VAR duty today, but whoever called this referee to come back and look at it. Because first of all, it was minimal contact. That was the first thing. It was very, very minimal contact. Second of all, Nonto, the player, was looking to initiate the contact himself. And he tried to go down in such a way that he's going to call the referee. And for whatever reason, the person sitting in the VAR room decided that this is worthy of a review. And normally in the Premier League, we know that due to the high incompetence of referees in this Premier League, when they are called to go and look at the video, they will change their decision, even though when they review the video, they don't see anything different from what they actually saw on the field. So I wonder what the on-field decision was. I'm not too sure if the on-field decision was a goal kick, because the fact that he changed the decision, for me, my question is, what new evidence did he see? Was it just the fact that there was contact? So are we now saying that every contact in the box is a penalty? Because for me, this contact wasn't enough. But far away from that, we didn't lose a game because of the fact that we gave away a penalty, but it was because a player, Ibrahim Konate, decided single-handedly to make a bad and stupid decision. Now, you are playing away. This is an away ground that is very hostile. The fans are always up for the game. In the first half, we're able to calm the atmosphere. We're able to take the sting out of the game. We gave them nothing to cheer about. But Ibrahim Konate, immediately, he gives the referee an opportunity to go against Liverpool. And we've seen the fragility of this Liverpool team. Immediately something goes against us, we falter. We make mistakes. We crumble. And that is what happened today. We crumbled because of that single goal that we gave Leeds United. The fans were up. They were cheering, making noise. And that gave energy and momentum to Leeds United. That is how come they got the second goal. Because in my books, if the first goal doesn't come, that penalty doesn't go in, the second goal doesn't follow up. And we don't concede the 2-2. But we do concede the 2-2. For me, that 2-2, that second goal from Leeds United was a very easy goal. It was too easy. We were played through too easy. And I think that it was the mental fragility. Players weren't sharp. They weren't confident. They weren't up. They were still thinking about the penalty they had conceded. And that was what led to the second goal. We did well to get another goal, to make it 3-2. to make it 3-2. But for me, after making it 3-2, bringing on Wataru Endo, that was what killed us. Wataru Endo. I don't like singling out players. I hate to do this. But he gave us nothing on the ball, first of all. Nothing on the ball. And the balance of the team was completely gone. That balance we need in the team, the energy to play on the counter attack. Because this is what we were trying to do this whole game, was not to pin them back, allow them to come, win the ball. Because we have intelligent players in the attacking positions, we can play intelligent counter attacks and get some goals, exploit the spaces in behind. For me, we kind of did that quite well today. But the decision making of Konate is what has cost us this game. The manager's choices on the day. I can call out the manager and say, this is bad, he should be sacked and all that. But I think it is with hindsight. I'm second guessing. I'll be second guessing if I do that. Because this could have worked. It could have worked. Barring the bad decision from Ibrahima Konate. This could have worked. We didn't create too much in the game, especially in the first half, but I really enjoyed watching the game. I enjoyed that first half because it was a first half of control. It was a game of control, a game where we gave them nothing, really. We didn't give them anything to write home about. And that third goal we conceded from a corner kick, another set piece goal conceded. Yet again. It is a clean sheet that we are missing. Until we start keeping clean sheets, it's going to be very difficult for Liverpool to win games of football because we've seen how fragile this team is. And we don't help ourselves with the errors, the mistakes. Because today I do think we actually played well. For most parts of the game, we did play well. Very, very well. And as I said before the game in my preview of the match, what I said was that if we can keep a clean sheet, it is a win for us. Just give me another clean sheet. The clean sheet didn't come. It did not materialize. We ended up with a draw. I predicted a draw, but I predicted a draw with a clean sheet. And the fact that the clean sheet is, I don't have the clean sheet is the most disappointing thing. It's not about losing the lead. No. It is about not keeping the clean sheet in the first place. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a difficult season. And even right now, I don't even get annoyed when I'm watching the games. I don't even get tickled or any emotions when we concede goals like we did today. I don't, because it's not surprising anymore. It's not surprising anymore. I was just hoping that today would be different. That today's instant match reaction is going to be an exciting one because that first half was good. We didn't create much, but for me, it was controlled. We gave them nothing and we're confident in what we're doing, even though it didn't result in so many chances. I always knew that if we could keep that going, keeping them at bay, we were always going to have the highest chance of winning the game. But it couldn't materialize. It couldn't, and that is very disappointing. Thank you for watching anyway. You never walk alone. See ya.